Welcome back to Brad Pitt Career Mode on F1 25. Today we're back for episode number 15 at Zandvoort. So here's a look at the current driver standings as we head into the weekend. We're currently 5th in the championship with 158 points and 2 podiums in a row. As always, going through research and development here, but we don't really have any options. We're a little bit broke on the resource points. So, well, not much we can do there, so might as well simulate towards the weekend. Oh, hello. No, I think we're okay. Thanks, though. All right, back to what we were doing. Oh, that failed right away. Oh, okay. Got to get those under development again. I feel like half the stuff we do fails. Like half the research or the development doesn't work the first time. Okay, back to square one. Hopefully all these upgrades go green. We got 3 of them I'm staring at. I hope they all make it through. Fantastic. All right, we should have a couple upgrades for Mr. Brad Pitt here. We have an aero upgrade and finally the monocoque structure, which took like the whole season to complete, but that keeps us in the middle of the pack. So looking pretty good in terms of performance on Brad Pitt's car. Oh, where did these come from? Okay, we might have some more upgrades. Let's see. Yeah, we do. Toss on a couple extras here. We got a tire wear upgrade and an engine power upgrade. That's very nice. Okay. I feel like this always takes forever, but R&D completed, upgrades fitted. Finally, we can get into the race weekend. Okay, the car's feeling pretty good so far in practice. There's a couple setup tweaks I have to do still, mainly the tire pressures. I'm a little worried about tire wear around here. I know it's not a track necessarily known for tire wear, but the last couple races have been really brutal. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Keep it out of the wall. Okay. Woo. Okay, into Q1 we go. I don't know what our pace is going to be like compared to the other drivers, but I'm feeling pretty good about this one. First lap in Q1, we're going to set a 110.8. Kind of a sloppy lap, to be honest. Final lap in Q2. We got 8 tenths of improvement here up to the line. It's going to be a 110 flat, I believe. And that should, yeah, there we go, through to Q2. First lap in Q2 is a 109.9 on the old set of softs, so improving on our Q1 time. Uh-oh, we got a little bit of rain coming towards the end of qualifying here. We're gonna have to get out there for our second lap. Okay, final lap in Q2. Hopefully, we don't see much rain. I'm trying to keep an eye out for it, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, we're seeing little drops of rain around. I don't even know if you can see it on the recording, but it's there. Okay, not improving by very much here. Barely in the green as we come up to the line. It's gonna be pretty much an identical time to our first lap in Q2 here. That does get us through to Q3, though. How bad is the rain? No! We're on inters. Well, usually I just simulate the outlap and start off pretty much on a flyer, but we're gonna take the outlap here just to see where, how wet the track is. I need a bit of a scouting report here. It doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Not only is the rain gonna continue until the end of the session, but it's going to get harder as well. So we pretty much have this lap and this lap only to set a good time. Well, here we go. This one's for all the marbles here. Going to need to set a very fast time. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to try to lock in as much as I can. It's definitely a little slick on track. Oh God, okay. Yeah, this is definitely not feeling good. The AI are really fast in the wet, too. Need a nice run through here. Looking pretty good. Keep it close to the inside there. Okay, not too bad so far. On to the final corner. It's a little sloppy through here. Not the best run. Not a lot of grip on the rear end there. But anyway, on to the straight. Rain is coming down even harder now, and we're going to set a 119 flat. And I have no idea if I should be excited about that or disappointed. I have no clue. Okay, so we're down to 6th place at the moment as everyone else completed their runs, but it's looking like no one's going to go out for another lap, so I think that's where we're at. All right, well, qualifying was a little bit disappointing. I think if it weren't for the rain, we'd be higher up on the grid, but we'll make up those positions in the race. Anyway, doing a one-stop, mediums to hards, pitting on lap 16, and here we are parked up on the grid. 5 red lights are coming on, and we are racing around the Netherlands. Decent start off the line. I don't think we're going to be close enough to go for a move into turn 1. Just a little too far back to make anything work right there. We got Hamilton challenging us on the outside. We can pull in front of the Ferrari for the time being and settle in behind Leclerc for the next couple corners. So I think this is the first time this whole season that we haven't made up a place into turn 1. Hopefully we have the pace to keep up with, oh my god, with these guys in front. That was that was a scary one. On to lap 2 in just a second here. So DRS enabled this lap. Our goal is to stick within a, oh god, block in the front right. Stick within a second of Leclerc in front. I want to keep close to these guys in front. I don't want a repeat of last race. Looks like Leclerc's starting to drop back a little bit from Tsunoda. He's on the softs. Leclerc's on the mediums. So we might be able to get the Ferrari into turn 1 here. Yeah, we're going to have to go for this into turn 1. I think we're going to be close enough to go for a move on the Ferrari here. We're going to pass him as soon as possible to stick with the cars in front of him. And here we go, down the inside on Leclerc into turn 1, putting the Ferrari behind us and up into 4th place. We got Tsunoda and Lando Norris in front of us. We need to dump as much battery as we can on this lap and try to get within DRS of these cars in front and try to drop Leclerc behind. Everything is going according to plan here. We've definitely got some good pace around this track. We're within DRS of the cars in front, and Leclerc is now 1.3 seconds behind us. So we don't really have to worry about the Ferrari anymore. On to lap 7 now. So it's taken us a couple laps to get comfortably close to Yuki Tsunoda and Lando Norris in front. And strangely enough, Yuki has still not gone for a move on Lando Norris. He has DRS on the McLaren, but he's just sitting behind him in the braking zones. Maybe he's not close enough to go for an overtake. But if these guys are not going to fight side by side, we're going to have to save up as much battery as we can and try to just overtake Yuki on raw pace. Looking pretty good on the battery management. Maybe in a lap or two, we'll have enough to dump it on the straight and go for a move on Yuki, who has still not even attempted an overtake on Lando Norris in front. So we're just going to have to wait for a good opportunity to close the gap as much as we can, dump the battery, and then go for a move on the Red Bull. If he's not going to try to overtake Lando, I'm going to have to go for him. This is looking promising. I don't think we've been this close to the Red Bull so far this race, especially on this back straight. So this might be the opportunity we've been waiting for, really close to the back of Yuki Tsunoda. I don't have as much battery as I would like for this, or at least as much as I plan to have, but we're going to have to work with what we got. DRS enabled, battery enabled around the final corner, and onto the straight. We're going to try to reel in the Red Bull before we get to turn 1 and go for a move up the inside. And we're side by side in the braking zone, still side by side around the corner. Yuki's going to try to pull ahead on those soft compound tires, and we can take 3rd place from the Red Bull driver, now behind Lando Norris. So we're going to need a couple of laps to recharge the battery, but then we're going for Lando. We definitely have pretty good pace around this track. We're sticking pretty close to Lando Norris pretty comfortably as well. Not really pushing too hard to stick close to the McLaren. We do have DRS, but we're still able to manage the battery and gain ground on the McLaren, which we're doing a lot of right now. Might be close enough to go for a move into turn 1, faking to the inside. And into turn 1 we go, ahead before the braking zone and passing Lando Norris up into 2nd place now on lap 13. We are absolutely flying around this track right now. This is turning out to be quite the race. I'm gonna try to pull out of the DRS of Lando Norris, but he is on the faster compounded tire, and we don't have much battery left over, so I would not be surprised if we see Lando come back at us again. Here we go, around the final corner. Lando 4/10 behind us. He will have DRS. We don't have much battery at all to defend with. I think we're just going to have to let Lando go and take 2nd place exactly a lap later. And there's not too much we can do about that move right there. So it seems like we're going to have a bit more batteries stored up when we overtake this guy to break out of that DRS range. There's honestly no rush to overtake Lando. There's still plenty of time left in this race, and we can still stay pretty comfortably within the DRS and close to the McLaren. So recharge the battery and wait for the perfect opportunity like we did with the Red Bull. Our pit window opens next lap. We have 70% tire wear on the front left. That is a lot higher than I expected. That is not good. Verstappen into the pit lane. I think we're going to see Lando dive into the pits as well. There he goes. So we're going to need a very fast lap to make sure Lando doesn't undercut us. But with this amount of tire wear, that's a tall order. And I hope this lap was fast enough to at least stay within DRS of Lando. I mean, he's going to be flying on a brand new set of tires. And we've got over 70% on the front left. I'm afraid to even check what it is. We'll see once we get into the pit lane. But here we go, around the final corner and onto a brand new set of hard compound tires. Wow, it is 78% on the front left. That is like puncture territory. Well, we really need new tires. Let's see what the Brad Pitt crew can do. Looking like a good stop from the team. Nice and smooth right there. And onwards we go, exiting the pit lane. We'll see where we come out in relation to Lando Norris. He's coming around turn 1. It's going to be neck and neck for the time being, but Lando's going to pull ahead. Way more exit speed out of turn 1 than we could get out of the pit lane. But we're still within DRS of the McLaren. So the same strategy that we thought up before still applies. We're just going to save as much battery as we can, wait for the perfect opportunity, and then go for a move on Lando. He's definitely got some good pace. We're using a bit more battery than I'd like to in order to keep up with this guy. We do have DRS that helps us out. But Lando is not messing around. He does have some pace as well. We do have 6 seconds to Leclerc behind, so under no threat at all of being overtaken. We can just focus on gaining ground on Lando. But this guy's pretty quick. Here we go. Battery's looking a lot healthier now. We're still pretty close to Lando, comfortably within DRS. So now we just need to wait for an opportunity. One bad exit, one mistake, and we're going to be all over it. We might be close enough here. We've got almost 100% on the battery, which is obviously the best we're going to get. So if we're decently close out of this final corner with DRS enabled and the battery, there's a good chance we're going to be close enough to make something happen into turn 1. Here we go, DRS enabled around the final corner onto lap 24 in just a moment here. So just over 10 laps remaining, gaining a lot of time on Lando. Going to fake to the inside and switch to the outside line around turn 1. And we can make this move stick yet again on Lando Norris around turn 1. Back up into second place. Absolutely perfect move around the outside right there. Now we gotta dump the battery and try to break out of DRS here. Lando's just barely within DRS still. 7/10 is the gap to the McLaren. He's gonna gain even more time on us on the straight into turn 1. So we're definitely gonna need to try to pick up the pace as much as we can. I really want to break out of that 1 second gap. Yeah, Lando is not going down without a fight. He's gonna have DRS on the back straight here, down into this right-hander. He's gonna take the outside line, side by side with the McLaren through the hairpin. Now we've got the outside line and we can cover off Lando for the time being, but he's still very close behind us. He's gonna have a crazy run on the main straight with DRS. Around the final corner we go, and Lando is gonna be flying past us in just a second here. We don't really have much to fight this with. We're just gonna have to let Lando take second place, constantly swapping positions with the McLaren around turn 1 here. This is getting very interesting. Only 10 laps remaining in this race. We might be close enough to go for a move into turn 1 here. We got DRS on the main straight, a little bit of battery as well. Gonna dummy again to the inside, switch to the outside line, and side by side with Lando Norris into turn 1. We take back second place. So constantly swapping positions into turn 1, constant battling with Lando. hopefully this time it's enough for us to keep second place. It doesn't look like Lando's close enough to go for a move this time around on lap 29 of 36, so just a handful of laps remaining. The tires are still feeling pretty good. There's still pretty good grip on the front end, so we're struggling a bit to break free from Lando Norris, but at least the car is still feeling pretty good, you know? On to lap 30 now. Lando's only a 10th behind us with DRS on the main straight, so he's gonna have a run down into turn 1. He's gonna move to the inside. Let's see if we can defend against this, outbraking the McLaren side by side through turn 1 and still side by side on corner exit. He's gonna have to duck out before we get to the next corner. That was definitely a close one. This guy is still very much in the fight here. We tend to be a little slow out of this corner. Lando's gonna have DRS. He's gonna go for a move into this downhill right-hander, switching to the inside. We're side by side into the braking zone, and we can close the door on the McLaren. This is getting very feisty in the later stages here. Just under 50% tire wear on the front left. The rear left as well is a lot more worn than the right side of the car. So starting to experience a bit of tire degradation, but I'm feeling pretty confident that we can hold on here. Lando's very close behind out of the final corner here. We're gonna defend the middle of the track. He's gonna pick the inside line. We've got a lot of battery to fight this with side by side around turn 1, still side by side on corner exit. He's gonna have to back out into turn 2. There's no way he can stay fighting with us into turn 2 there. Luckily, Lando backs out onto lap 33. This is getting very intense. We might see a move from Lando here. We got a lot of battery to defend with, though. We've done a really good job on ERS management over the last couple laps. We've got some back markers up ahead. That is going to make things very interesting. Hopefully we can cut through the traffic pretty easily, and hopefully Lando gets caught up in it, but for now, we're going to have to deal with Lando coming back at us into turn 1. 3/10 behind is the McLaren. We still got a lot of battery to fight this with. Down into turn 1 we go. We have the outside line, and Lando's not going to be close enough to make a move stick into turn 1. Oh boy, I'm really hoping that we don't get caught up in this traffic up ahead. I think in about a lap's time, we're going to start to see some of them slow down for blue flags. So hopefully... Oh god, really wide through there. Hopefully this doesn't shake things up too much. Yeah, getting pretty close to George Russell right here on lap 35 now. Come on, guys. Please do not make this difficult for me. You can hold up Lando as much as you want, but I would really appreciate letting me through nice and easy. The terrorist George Russell's going to pull to the inside and let us by nice and smooth. Thank you very much. Up the inside of George Russell, we've got Gasly up ahead. A lot of cars in front. Gasly's going to pull to the inside as well. So that's 2 cars of lap traffic. We get through it nice and smooth. Hopefully they hold up Lando a little bit onto the final corner and onto the last lap of the race. Lando 1.2 seconds behind. We've got 90% on the battery and DRS down the main straight. And I think it's safe to say that these back markers just let us walk home in P2. Jack Doohan is going to let us by as well. Thank you very much, sir. We are getting very lucky with where we're approaching these cars on track. We're not really coming up to lap traffic in an awkward place, which is absolutely fantastic. Lando's still over a second behind. So as long as we can still get through this traffic efficiently, we're home free. Into the last couple corners of this race, Liam Lawson is the next car in terms of lap traffic. He's going to let us by, pulling to the inside. And we are into the final corner, safe from a threat of Lando Norris behind. And around the last corner we go. Second place finish, our 3rd podium in a row. What a race.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes.
Woo. Man, we were fast this weekend. Let me tell you, these upgrades are starting to pay off. We had some good pace around here. Well, another weekend, another Verstappen win. He's increased his championship lead. He's kind of running away with it at this point. I don't think Brad Pitt will be champion this season, But, you know, we're making very good improvements over the last couple races. Anyway, 3 podiums in a row, man. That is fantastic. Last time out was a little iffy, but this one feels good. Yeah, get it, Brad. Hell yeah. Why is there no champagne? Why is there never champagne? Is that a glitch? Or what's the deal with that? Well, this result takes us up to 4th in the driver's standings, which is absolutely insane in our first season. I could not have asked for a better season than this so far. And still 4th in the constructors as well. All right, back to base here. What a weekend, man. That was the best result, well, second best result we could have asked for. That was absolutely, oh, hello. What is this? Oh, baby. All right, well, you know we gotta sign Brad Pitt, obviously. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this series. So I really hope, he accepts an offer with us. 76% chance to sign the contract. We're gonna go ahead and send this to Mr. Pitt. This is probably pennies for him. After we had that meeting with Alonso, I can't get it out of my head. I think we're gonna have to sign Alonso and go with Geezer Racing, you know, couple old guys. But we currently cannot afford any of these contracts. I don't think we can send him any of these. We're too broke at the moment. So we're gonna have to wait like a week or two and get some more money. I mean, I guess we could sign other drivers as well. I mean, I'm a little more biased towards Alonso. I'm a big Alonso guy, and that'd be pretty cool to have 2 old dudes on the team together. But leave a comment below. Who do you guys want to sign for next year? Well, anyway, fantastic results today, and we've got Monza for next time out, so that one should be pretty good.